Welcome back to the Raven Report, Volume 5. Had a great week in AP Seminar last week. Really buckling down. A lot of good stuff happening. Your research topics are so cool. I'm so excited for this. There we are. All right, everyone. This week in AP Seminar, we got a short week coming up. Today, Monday, is a research workshop for you to go back into your research trackers, continue to develop sources and readings and notes for your papers. Tuesday, tomorrow, I mentioned this last week, so hopefully you've been reading ahead. If not, make sure that you could use this time today on Monday as well to make sure that you have read Justice through chapters 3 and 4. I was so proud of our first Justice discussion / seminar. People were really into it, and I love that. I love that. So you did a great job with our first discussion. We're gonna have another one on Tuesday for the next 2 chapters of Justice. And then Wednesday is our field trip. Wednesday is our field trip. You're gonna have a Raven Scroll entry due at 3:30 p.m. So you can work ahead on that, set yourself up well for our trip to the library. But I'm super excited. We're gonna leave school at around noon on Wednesday, go to the library, and you'll be dismissed from the library at 3:30. If you haven't turned in your permission slips, and if you haven't filled out your library card application form, I need those in ASAP. Thursday, as you know, there's a half day. We have no class, and Friday there is no school. So we're going to make the best of our short week. We have a big field trip planned for Wednesday, so hopefully you can make a big dent in your research projects. I want to make sure that everyone is super clear on some really big deadlines coming up this quarter. Thursday, December 1st is when you want to have your first draft 2,000 words. Your argumentative research paper, that's going to be due at the end of the day on Thursday, December 1st, which will be coming up faster than you know it. And that'll be due at the end of the day at 4 p.m. I will give you some feedback, and you will then be able to have about 10 school days. And your final draft with revisions scored on the rubric will be. All right. Your final draft will be due Wednesday, December 14th, 2,000 words. Final draft, 4 p.m. on the rubric, big performance grade. And then we are going to go ahead and we are still going to do some presentations and practice with those presentations, which, by the way, part of the purpose for these continued discussions is to get people practice with public speaking. You're going to record an individual presentation on Flipgrid. That's going to need to be uploaded to Flipgrid by December 15th by 4 p.m. Get ahead on your slides now. Start making your slides right now. If your research paper isn't 100% done, then everyone has work to do. Make sure that you're getting ahead. That's what's going to get you an A. And again, work time never comes back. So use class time, get ahead, make sure that you're not saving stuff for later. Focus on your projects right now so that you're not rushing and stressing when these deadlines coming up. Our first Raven Scroll entries are going extremely well, and I wanted to give a shout out to the following people who earned a 100% by submitting them on time and hitting all parts of everything that's required. Jefferson, Mariana, Ethan, Mateo, Bless, Michaela, Brianna, Olivia, Layla, Nashira, Elena, Donald, Franza, Amber, and Diego all earned a 100% on the first Raven Scroll entry. If yours is still outstanding, you got to get that in ASAP and make sure that you're all caught up. But if you need help, you should ask these people because clearly they know what they're doing. All right, this has been a request. I wanted to just give a quick recap of who has been elected to be the Three-Eyed Ravens so far. So in first period, we had Anthony, Jessica, Robert, and then Nia. And in sixth period, we've had Blessing, Elena, Amber, and Donald. So that has been your Hall of Fame for the Three-Eyed Ravens in AP Seminar. And now we are gonna, oh, and of course, a reminder, field trip, Boston Public Library, Mattapan branch, Wednesday of this week. It's gonna be fun. I'm really excited. So yeah, that's that. Now, we are going to find out who the next list, who's added to this list of three-eyed ravens. In period 1, let's have a nice round of applause for Marianne. Marianne has been elected as the next three-eyed raven in first period AP seminar. Our first nomination comes from Chloe, who says she is always engaged in the class discussion and tries her best to make sure that the team is moving along with their work. Our next nomination is from Mateo, who says she is nice, supportive, and overall a great team member. And Mariana says, I nominate Marianne because she always has ideas to add to the discussion and is positive in class. Totally true. Mary, you're such a positive, you have such positive energy every day. You volunteer, you raise your hand, and that really matters a lot. That really matters a lot. You've grown so much as a writer, as a researcher, and I'm super proud of all this progress. This is very well deserved. Shout out to you. You are the next three-eyed raven. Period 6, our period 6, please have a nice round of applause for our newest elected three-eyed raven, Shanae. Shanae has been elected as the next three-eyed raven in 6th period AP seminar. Jaden says she's been astounding this week. I've seen her participate in discussions and raise her hand a lot. That sounds like the standards for the next three-eyed raven. Diego says Shanae should be the next three-eyed raven because of her contributions during class discussions. She always participates and relates her own experiences to the arguments she's making. During our seminar, she was really thoughtful in her responses, and overall, she's just a great member of the class. She's been deserving this for a while. And finally, Brianna says, I nominate Shanae. Actually, not finally, there's another one. I forgot. But Brianna says, I nominate Shanae to be the next three-eyed raven because of her thoughtful, comprehensive contributions in class. Every time she contributes in class further develops my thinking and helps me better understand what we discuss. Shanae has become a great friend who constantly pushes me to be the best student I can be. Not to mention, Shanae is one of the funniest people I know. Semicolon, excellent use of the semicolon. I'm rooting for you, bestie. If you want to know how to use commas and semicolons correctly, take a look at Brianna Charles' Space Cat nominations. Brianna, thank you for this excellent nomination. Our final nomination comes from Vanessa, who says, I think Shanae should be the next three-eyed raven because she always has something meaningful to say during our moral debates, and she always says what she needs to say with confidence. She constantly asks challenging questions and even plays devil's advocate when necessary. I admire her willingness to always say what she believes in, and it is definitely something that would make her worthy of the Three-Eyed Raven Award. Great job, Shanae. Vanessa, fantastic nomination. You too are using excellent use of your commas to include complex sentences in these nominations, which is great. Shanae, couldn't agree more. You're the next three-eyed raven. Yes, excuse me. I almost had a cough there. Shanae and Marianne, shout out to you. Well deserved. Winter is coming, my friends. It's Q2. These research papers are on the horizon. We got a big field trip this week to the library for you to really make a big dent in them. And you can do it. Even though there's a short week, there's a lot that we can do this week. Alrighty? Excellent work all around. If you need help, reach out. Reach out. You know my email, you know my phone number. And have a great week. Have a great week. I'm so proud of AP Seminar, so keep it up. And have a great class starting right now, today. Here we go.